We pretend that airplanes in the night sky.
Currently in Vietnam, many Vietnamese have the view of working for a socialist society. When we first arrived in Ho Chi Minh, we had the ideology of seeing Vietnam as a communist country. Vietnam has a good geographical location and cheap labor, which attracts many foreign investors and traders to invest and boost the economy. This makes Vietnam a successful business hub. Although Vietnam is seen as a less developed country compared to Singapore, they are indeed a very self-reliant and prosperous country. The Vietnamese were in fact socialists with a unique mindset. The workers are very contented with the current political system in their own perspectives, working to contribute to the society even after they had been through wars against Japan, France, and the USA. The Chu Chi Tunnel was dug up by the Vietnamese as a stronghold. The Vietnamese were resilient by using bomb scraps of the US bombs to create traps. Moreover, the Vietnamese improvised the traps so that the US armies would not know their tactics and hideouts. As the US increased the sizes of their bombs, the Vietnamese dug further down to prevent the tunnel walls from caving in, hence showing they are versatile. The Vietnamese lacked proper equipment and had to be resourceful. Their footwear was made from tires and was reversed to create confusion. Throughout the battle, the Vietnamese never gave up, retaliating with a positive attitude and thus defeating the Americans. The information most people know about the Vietnam War is the American version, but as to all conflicts, there is always two sides to the story. This museum is to expose the war crimes and educate people about the hardship and pain the Vietnamese had to put up with. With the end of the USA embargo and the normalization between these two countries, the Vietnamese government decided to drop the harsh titles of war crimes and aggression, hence putting the past behind. The education system in Vietnam is still underdeveloped. However, the government is very enthusiastic about it and provides scholarship and free basic education. The scholarships and free education provides opportunities to give both university level and basic education to people from lower income families. School officials also visit the houses of children who do not attend school to encourage them to go to school. Vietnam is also known as one of the factories of the world. Fertile soil is present in many areas in Vietnam, making it more efficient to plant crops of good quality. This increases the market for their crops. Vietnam also has a strategic location. The Mekong River flows through it, and it is also near Yunnan, China, which enables convenient transportation and trade. Many big companies set up factories in Vietnam, for example, Nike and Adidas. This creates many job opportunities for the locals. Vietnam has a low currency exchange rate. This attracts foreign countries to invest in them by setting up businesses there. Lower income families, especially those living in the countryside, might receive little to no education. Schools might be a long distance away from their homes, and with little transport, it will be an inconvenience for them. Schools also might not have basic facilities and necessities, and only have little manpower. Another challenge in Vietnam is the language barrier. Many Vietnamese find it hard to speak English, or in some cases, don't even know the language. Since Vietnam attracts many foreign investors, the Vietnamese will find it hard to communicate with them, and the investors may misinterpret what they are saying, causing confusion. The government should help farmers and peasants through the use of microloans, as it is possible to start small businesses with just a small amount of money. Through this method, farmers and peasants will be able to earn more money to help support their own family, even with a small amount of money as a start. This also helps them to break out of the poverty cycle. The government can improve the everyday lives of students by building highways and bridges for easy accessibility for the students. According to the teacher of the school we visited, the students live a distance away from the school. The money to build the highways and bridges can be obtained from the investment of $2.16 billion from the Japanese. Part of the money can be used to provide school buses for the students and building of roads. The government can also create more scholarships for the students to keep them motivated to study harder and continue their studies in future. Students are also discouraged to go to school due to the expensive school fees. The government should reduce the school fees so that parents can afford to pay for their children's education. We visited Nhuong Primary School, which is located in Bentry City, to teach and do construction works such as building the courtyard and repainting the school walls. 800 students are currently studying in the school, but with only 2 classrooms. Their curriculum includes subjects such as literature and music. They also compete in swimming and athletics competitions organized by the school. The government helps the school greatly by giving free textbooks and free facilities for them. Their school fees is free as their parents cannot afford to pay for their education. When students are absent, the teachers will have to go to the students' houses to encourage the students to come back to school. As the students live far away from the school, the teachers do not have enough time to teach the students in the school, as well as go to their respective houses. Although the students are less fortunate, they are willing to learn and do not take education for granted.